Hi there, this is Sarah, your socially awkward seller, and I thought I'd bring you a very short sales video for the last couple of weeks. Of course, it's been the summer slowdown, so things have not been quite as busy as I'd hoped, but I was off for a couple of weeks and didn't list anything, so, there you go. So anyway, this is my paper store, or what I call my paper store, because I usually will put like vintage paper items and just vintage things in general in this particular store, vintage collectibles, that kind of thing. So there's only about 190 listings here. I don't do much with this store, other than occasionally list something in it. This is something that I do when I have time, but I focus on the other store and on other platforms. So anyway, that being said, this is a a Victorian paper doll set that was actually a reproduction that I didn't realize was a reproduction when I bought it. So I ended up getting my money back. I did take an offer of $10 plus shipping for this item. And this is an open model, but all of the pieces were sealed in plastic inside. I sold this. I sent out offers on this for $9.99, and someone accepted that offer, and I shipped that a couple days ago. This is, if you remember these books at all, they're Sweet Pickles, and I think they were very popular in the 80s, but maybe before then, but I'm pretty sure in the 80s they were really popular kids reading book, like picture books. And I found 7 of these book bags new. They do have some minor printing flaws, and I think that's why they were donated. But I have just disclosed that and taken pictures of basically all of them to show what the potential flaws would be, and had advised that, you get what you get, So, but these are very collectible, and they sell pretty well from what I understand. I listed this, and I think within 24 hours, I got an offer of $25. So I took that. I paid 50 cents each for these book bags. This was I bought a large lot of vintage Barbies. This is not from that original lot, but this is one that I bought, 3 months ago or something. And I've sold a lot of the clothes from that. And this lot I had listed for probably about 6 weeks. This sold I took an offer of $50 for this, because on this particular store, kind of let the market decide what something's worth. I mean, I give it a reasonable price, maybe a little above what I think it will sell for. And then I take offers and send offers that are, 20%, 30% less, because most of this stuff I don't have very much money in. So I took an offer of $50 plus shipping. And this, I think, went to the Philippines through the global shipping program. And I think they paid about $50 shipping total on this. And then finally on this store, I got this CD in a lot of stuff. And this was an actual Scion automobile, check out your speakers kind of CD. And I listed this for $12.99, and I think it sold for $12.99, and I just shipped this a couple of days ago. So let's switch over to the other store. I had to download some new screen recording software because I had to recover my computer, which was no fun. I hate, reinstalling all of those things, but we're getting there. This is a lot of Homer Simpson, just memorabilia or ephemera, not ephemera, but memorabilia that I bought some time back. I didn't pay very much for any of these pieces, and I ended up taking an offer of $14 plus shipping for those. This is a pair of Coach multi-stripe, multicolored wedge sandals that I've had for quite some time. I think I got them in the spring, maybe a little before the spring. Took an offer of $20 for those. It's a pair of Clark's clogs that were in pretty good condition. Not perfect condition, but pretty good. I took an offer of $22 plus shipping for those. I don't know what happened to the cover picture for this for this food processor, because there would have been a shot of the whole thing. But I bought this and parted it out. I don't think I paid very much, $4 for the entire food processor, and I have sold part of it already. And this sold for full price at $24.99 plus shipping. Oh. These are some flashing bracelets that my husband brought home from work, and I lotted them in lots of 10. Actually, each lot had a couple extra in it in case there was an issue with one or two. And these have been complete and pure profit. I have sold all of the ones that I had, which were only 2 lots. And I sold these for $7.99 plus shipping. This is a mixer that I don't know why I bought it, but I didn't pay much for it, maybe a couple of dollars. And I had it for a while. There was really no brand on it. It's made in Italy, but I took an offer of $13 plus shipping for this. This is a Vineyard Vines pullover that I had for a few months, and I took an offer of $25 for that. I got a message because I have a lot of these Ninja food processor parts, blender parts. I don't know why, but I always am buying this Ninja stuff. And I got an email or a message from a customer or a potential customer saying, do you have any more of this part? Because I'm looking for this, and will it fit this? So I actually did end up having this part. So I just added the quantity to this listing, and it was an instant sell for $9.99 plus shipping. And I never pay much for these blenders, so I'm sure that I made as much on this one particular part as I paid for the entire blender. This is a pair of Justin boots that I don't know why I bought them, but I did. But I had them for a while, probably had them for at least 6 months. But I marketed them as distressed, destroyed. And I thought maybe that, some people put these on their front porch and make planters out of them. And I thought this would be the perfect thing for that. But they did finally sell. They went to my hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, which is not really my hometown, but it's the biggest city next to my hometown. And they sold for full price at $24.70 plus shipping. This is a soft surroundings tunic that I loved and wanted to keep for myself, but I decided not to, and I let it go for $20 plus shipping, of course. Charge shipping on everything. This is a Oster food processor. I think I paid $2 or $3 for this unit in the original box, and it sold probably within a few days of me listing it for $18.99 plus shipping. Now, I don't talk about flatware a lot. You guys will see me buy it, and I'll say, I bought some flatware, but I don't make a big deal about it. But I do love, love, love selling flatware, and a lot of it is not worth anything, but some of it is worth some. And they usually are pretty slow sellers too. But I don't mind having these in inventory, and they're so easy to store and ship. But I sold this lasting rose pattern for $19 for these 6 forks. And then I sold these Oneida spoons in the Tribeca pattern for $22 plus shipping. This lot of shark accessories. I always find these in bags. Actually, I have a bag right now of these parts that need to be listed. This looks like a really big bunch of parts, but they were actually small enough to fit into a padded flat rate. And I took an offer of $22 for these, and I will promise you I didn't pay any more than $5 for the entire lot. This shipped yesterday, I'm pretty sure, and this was a glass replacement jar for a blender. I find these a lot for $1 or $2, and usually if they're KitchenAid or Oster or brand Cuisinart, a brand like that, they sell for decent money. I find that usually the glass ones sell better than the plastic ones, but that's not always the case. These do get heavy, so they are expensive to ship. Of course, I charge shipping for everything, and this customer actually paid about $16 to ship this $20 blender. So if people want something, they will pay for the shipping for it, especially if they can't find it somewhere else. This was a lot of Playmobil pieces that came from this stable. I sold the stable a while back. I bought this entire lot for $1. I've already sold the stable, I want to say in the $25 range. And then this lot of extra parts, extra pieces, I took an offer of $8 for those. My computer's going to run slow now. Great. This pair of Vodun cropped pants. I took an offer of $17.50 plus shipping for those. And, I fell in love with clothes. I'm falling back out of love with clothes just because I'm having, I had, of course, higher returns with clothing because they don't fit. Even, no matter how well you measure, people don't measure themselves and they just buy. So, but anyway, these were still a good find. I paid a couple of bucks for those. And then lastly, this is a brand that I have stopped buying. I think I bought this a couple of months ago and finally just listed it last week. And I took an offer of, what did I take? $9 plus shipping for this. And I do always, especially when it's first class shipping, I do add a couple of extra ounces to kind of help pay for the mailers and the poly bags and the labels and all of that. So it did not cost $5.19 to ship, but that does help my margins a little bit. So that was my sales for the last 2 weeks. There were some decent ones in there. There were some not great ones in there, but that's the way it runs, isn't it? I'm working on my death pile and really, really trying not to buy anything. I've done pretty well in the last week since my last haul video of not buying anything. And I have sold some of the bigger items that I bought recently. So, because I did have some sales on Amazon, but I didn't show those here. But anyway, I'm trying to work through my death pile, get my room straightened out, and get amped up for fourth quarter, which will be upon us very shortly. So, there we go. There's my sales. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here as always. And just remember that the dream works if you do. So keep dreaming and keep working. And I'll see you guys the next time.